My name is Stanley Chang. I'm a state senator representing East Honolulu, where I grew up, from Diamond Head to Hawaii Kai. And I became involved with the legal clinic a couple of years ago when it was first getting off the ground. And I've been a strong supporter of immigration for many years now. And I was lucky enough to be able to consult for the legal clinic when it was first getting started. So my parents were both immigrants from China. Growing up in Hawaii, even though the majority of our population is Asian American and Pacific Islander, the reality is most folks in Hawaii have been here for multiple generations. And as the child of immigrants, growing up and attending public school, going to Iolani after that, I was definitely in the minority. And as someone who spoke the Chinese language, who went to China frequently, who had relatives in China, close relatives in China and Hong Kong, I actually felt a little bit on the outside. And I didn't necessarily feel like I was part of the mainstream culture here in Hawaii. And I think that gave me a sense of being the underdog here and of having to fight a little bit to get into, the mainstream culture and the mainstream circles. And it made me more sensitive to the plight of other groups who are, very much more clearly marginalized in our society today, including notably Pacific Islanders and COFA migrants. The privilege of having birthright citizenship that I enjoy, that I can exercise to vote, to run for office, to post political opinions, to be fully engaged in the political process in this country, I am deeply grateful for. So I first want to say to Hawaii's immigrant communities, all of them, whether recent or of a older vintage, generations back, thank you. It is not easy for an immigrant to make it work in this country. Okay? You have to learn a new language, you have to learn a new set of laws, a new way of living, and it takes a lot of work for new immigrants to be able to adjust to that new reality that we have here in this country and in this community. But because of that hard work, we have created the most prosperous and dynamic and open society in the history of the world. When we divide the country into us and them, that's often a very successful electoral tactic that's exploited by politicians in the United States, but all over the world. And I think it's incumbent upon us to look at all the different facets of our community as part of the us. Divide and conquer has been used as a strategy to divide these immigrant groups in order that they have lower wages and have worse benefits, when in reality, had they been able to cooperate and to recognize that they were part of the same struggle, they might have been able to actually increase their benefits, increase worker safety, and produce a better community for working people, as eventually a lot of communities have gotten together to do. And it's in our self-interest to recognize that we are more similar than we are different. We need to further get the word out about the legal clinic among our immigrant communities, because there is such a great need in our immigrant communities for the legal help that TLC is able to bring.